Hello guys, so welcome back. Today we will be discussing about JavaScript throttling. In previous video, we have seen about debouncing. So as we already know, let me quickly recap that debouncing. So no matter how many times you click it, okay, no matter how many times you click it, this part of code will only execute after 2 seconds. So click event is like happening is it is coming inside this return function. It is console.log a1, but until and unless you stop clicking, it is not going to execute this our function. So this I covered in previous video. You can refer my previous video. Now I will do some changes in this debouncing functions, and we can see how throttling is different from debouncing. So first of all, let me remove this button because this button is no longer needed now. I will remove this button. I will comment out this part element, get element by ID. So now we have this function debounce. I will rename it to throttle. Okay, and then what I am going to do, I am declaring one variable over here, const throttle log message equals to throttle, and I am going to pass the two parameters as discussed, function and delay. So function, I am going to pass this function which is simply console.log coded using MySQL. So my func comma time I will give as 2 seconds. Okay, as we have removed those elements, we no need to add the click event to it. I will comment this, and what I will do, I will declare one set interval, and inside set interval I will call my throttle log message variable, and I will call this after 1 second. Okay, so you can see as per the code, first this line is going to execute const throttle log message throttle my phone. So here it will come, and let me do console.log over here a2. Okay, let me remove this a1 from here. So as you can see, now I am calling this throttle log message, means ultimately this function, every 1 second. Okay, so let me quickly. So after 1 second, it came in. Immediately it come inside and it return this function. Okay, so when it return, I will do console.log. I will do a3. So now you can see a3. Uh, after every 1 second, after every 1 second, it is returning you this a3. Initially, it just got inside this throttle function because of this line, and then as this will return this function. Okay, now this part will execute after every 1 second. So after every 1 second, you can see a3 is continuously printing on console. So now what changes I am going to do? First of all, I will remove this clear timeout because this is no longer needed, and then uh, I will just write if timer ID, okay, not null, okay, then only I want to execute the below one. So yeah, this one. Okay, let me. Okay. So and once it got inside, okay, I need to clear this timer. Timer is equal to null. So timer ID equals to null. So what I did initially, so after every 1 second, this throttle function is going to execute, but the inside function, this we are calling this one, it is going to execute only after 3 seconds. So the frequency, we have reduced the frequency of this function. We want to call this function frequently, but we don't want this function to be called every time. just want to call it after 3 seconds, not 1 second. So this way we can do the throttling. So as you know now, the what is the difference? So debouncing basically prevents user from, like, when you click multiple times, only when you stop clicking, then only that function is going to execute. That's what debouncing is. And throttling is limit the frequency at which you are calling the function. So you can say outside function is calling 4 times, but inside it is going to call this one up only after 3 seconds. Okay. So this is all about throttling. I hope this video cleared your doubts between debouncing and throttling. If you have any questions for me in comments, you can write. Thank you.